guys, so it is Q&A time. Q&As are typically pretty long, so to speed up this video, just go to the bottom right corner of the screen and click on the settings icon and then choose the speed you want this video to go at. And pretty sure you only have that option on computers or large screens, because I definitely don't have that option on my phone. But the first set of questions come from Tyla's Tank Center. I have them all written down on my phone, so I'm going to be looking at my phone a lot. So her first question is, favorite food, movie, and hobby? Well, my favorite food would probably have to be my mom's noodles. I'm really liking those these days. She kind of invented it, so I can't really tell you the name of it because there is no name for it. But I also like pizza. But my favorite movie is probably the movie Holes. It's on Netflix right now, and I really like that movie. I mean, I'm not obsessed with it. It's just a really good movie. It's like a bunch of stories put into one, and you have to really pay attention and figure stuff out. And yeah, and my hobby is definitely fish keeping. I like taking care of pets more than I do painting. And her second question is, Gizmo or your fish? Probably Gizmo, because like if one of my fish died, I wouldn't be so sad about it as I would be if Gizmo died. And if there was like a fire in the house, I would say Gizmo over the fish. So I guess Gizmo, even though I'm more of a fish person. Third question is, favorite fish brand? Probably Tetra. I have a lot of Tetra things, and they've worked out pretty good for me. Fourth question is, favorite hamster brand? Probably KT. Again, I have more KT stuff than other brands, and I like a lot of the KT stuff. Fifth question, where do you live? Well, I can't tell you my address, but I guess I could tell you the state I live in. I live in the state of Minnesota. Number 6, play any sports? No, I'm not social and unshy enough to play any sports. My favorite sports to play, though, are soccer and kickball, because they're both sports that involve your feet instead of balls coming at your face that you have to catch and stuff. Seventh question is, would you ever open a P.O. box? Most likely not, unless I were to have like a bunch of subscribers and a bunch of people wanting to send me stuff. Then I would probably open a P.O. box, but don't think I will be. Number 8, dream pet. Well, I guess my dream pet would have to be the pet I've always wanted, but I know I can never have, at least as a kid, and that is a horse. But as of right now, the pet I really want is a blue-tongued skink. I think they're super cool. And her last question is, dream pet room. Well, I guess I'm sort of making my dream pet room come to life, although I didn't really have this vision until earlier this summer. So I guess I'm in the progress of turning my room into a dream pet room, besides getting to have all the pets I want in it. Next questions come from Ice Cream Swirl 1010. And the first question is, if you breed your pets, will you sell them? Yes, I would sell them if I ever bred them, but I'm not going to be breeding them, because I can't afford that. And number 2, can you make a pet room tour? Yes, I am definitely planning on making an updated pet room tour. I just still might have a little ways to go before this place is completely finished. Next few questions come from Naomi P. First question is, best beginner pet? Well, there's really no such thing as a best beginner pet. Like, it depends on the kind of pet you want. Like, if you want a reptile, I guess the best beginner pet in my opinion would be a crested gecko. But if you wanted like a pet fish related, then a betta fish would be a good beginner, and a dwarf hamster would be a good beginner for like a rodent. A lot of kids start out with Syrians, but they never give them big enough cages, and they also require large stuff. With dwarf hamsters, you don't have to buy a bunch of big stuff. And speaking of dwarf hamsters, Gizmo just came out, and I will go get him. So here's Gizmo. You came out just in time, buddy. So her next question is, your favorite pet? Well, my favorite pet 100% would have to be my dog Cody. For third question, Petco, PetSmart, local pet store. Well, my local pet store is Petco, and I like Petco a lot better than the PetSmarts in my state because PetSmart doesn't really take care of the bettas very well. They keep them in tall, skinny cups rather than short, wide cups like Petco does. Plus, the bettas at PetSmarts in my state haven't looked very healthy. They're not much worse from the bettas at Walmart. But her fourth question is favorite YouTuber. Well, that's a tough one. I don't really have a favorite YouTuber. Are you typing stuff in? I'm gonna go put them back because I can't hold them with one hand. Woo! I like a lot of YouTubers, but I don't really have a favorite. So her final question is Logan Paul or Jake Paul? Definitely Logan Paul. I'm not even subscribed to his brother. The only reason I subscribed to Logan Paul was because he got a Pomeranian, but I decided to stick around because I found that he's a pretty funny guy. So his videos are pretty entertaining to watch. So definitely Logan Paul, not Jake Paul. Next questions come from Messi the Great 29, and all her questions are hermit crab related. So first question is first crab. Well, I didn't get a first crab, I got 4 first crabs. Second question, favorite crab. That might have to be coconut or not, because coconut has annoyed me a lot by trying to escape, so I don't really have a favorite crab. But third question is, how often do you clean the tank? I clean their tank once a year, but I clean their decorations monthly and their food bowls and shells weekly, and their food bowl every night. But really, hermit crab tanks don't need to be cleaned that often. They kind of turn into their own ecosystem over time, and the dirt breaks down their poop, and so I only clean the substrate once a year. Fourth question, first molted. I don't remember the first crab that molted. Number 5, any deaths? Yes. I first got 4 crabs, but that night one of the crabs died because he was acting like inactive and his eyes were close together and he just looked sick. He barely moved around, but the next morning he was dead. So I went to Petco and returned him to get a new one for free. Instead of getting just 1, I got 2. So that's how I ended up with 5 crabs. The first ones I got were Coconut, Shelly, and Theo, and then I got Mango and Cupcake. Number 6, fighting. No, not really. I don't think any of them have fought, really. I mean, one time, 2 crabs were making clicking noises at each other, but never any real fighting. They all usually like cuddling up together. Their favorite food? Definitely carrots, 100% carrots. They like raw carrots, cooked carrots. Their poop even comes out orange sometimes when they eat them. I haven't seen any food more eaten in a cage than carrots. Where you got your crabs? I got them from Petco. When I got them, I honestly didn't know where else to get crabs, so only pet stores were on my mind. Number 9, are you supporting the crab trade? Definitely not. I don't support them at all. I don't know if buying hermit crabs from Petco was supporting them. I didn't get painted shell ones, but I definitely don't agree with what they do. And honestly, hermit crabs just shouldn't be pets. If they're going to be captured from the wild, they just shouldn't be pets. Of course, it's too late for me not to get crabs now, because I didn't know about the crab trade when I got them. But definitely don't support that. Substrate. I use Eco Earth and Play Sand for their substrate. Number 11, are you going to make more hermit crab videos? Yes, definitely going to be making more hermit crab videos. And the last question from this person is, all boys, all girls, or mix? Well, I know that 2 of them are boys. Mango and Theo are boys, but I haven't really checked the other ones yet, so I'm not sure if I have any girls yet. But so far, the ones I've named boy names are boys. Yay. The next question comes from JW Aquariums. How many fish do you have? At the moment I have 5, 1 molly, 2 guppies, and 2 Julicories. But I am planning on getting more in the future and more betas. But I want to aquascape the tank first. Next questions come from Abby's Day. How did you convince your parents to let you get so many pets? Well, I didn't ask for all these pets in the same year. The first pet I asked for, I started out with a simple pet, which was a betta fish. It's important to do your research on that animal before asking your parents so that you can answer whatever question they have on the animal, plus you yourself would know what you'd be getting yourself into if you were allowed to get that pet. But definitely took a lot of asking, and it helps to ask for a pet around Christmas and your birthday, because I asked for hermit crabs for my birthday and that's how I got those, and I asked for a hamster for Christmas and that's how I got him. And yeah. Her second question is, if you paid for them all, how did you save up the money? Well, yes, I did pay for all my pets except my dog. And I use my savings money, like my allowance. I should be saving up for like important things in the future, like an apartment or a car, but I kind of want to enjoy life at this stage before I have to really worry about saving up money for those kind of things. So I'm kind of just using my savings money on my pets. I've also done yard sales, lemonade stands, bake sales to get money as well. So yeah, I'm pretty much just using my savings money. The next few questions come from Jenna Larson. How long have you been keeping betas? Many years. Probably since 2011 or 2010, I'm not exactly sure. How many betas do you have? 0 currently. My beta Comet recently passed away, and in the past I've had 4 betas total, and several female betas because I had a female beta sorority, but I do plan on getting some more betas in the future. What size tank is best for a beta? Well, the smallest you should ever go for a beta is 2.5 gallons, but 5 gallons is recommended, is like better for them, but 2.5 gallons is the minimum. Minimum means the smallest. So, yeah. Next question comes from Beta Fish Lover 7, and it's, how often should I do a 100% water change? Well, I don't think you should ever do a 100% water change on your tank unless you need to, like unless there was a fish death or some kind of illness that is killing all the fish that might be in the water. So that would be a good time to do a 100% water change, but it's not a good idea to do a 100% water change like every few weeks or something, because that could actually be unhealthy for the beta or whatever fish you have, because you're taking away some good stuff that's in the water and giving them completely new water, which could be a big shock and not the healthiest for them. So it's a lot better to just do small water changes weekly, like 25% to 50% water changes weekly, and just to make sure, just to get that ammonia out and stuff. So what I do to easily do some small water changes is I take a turkey beater and just pick up the poop, which also picks up water, and then I just refill the tank afterwards. So that's pretty much a small water change, and it's super easy, and you're getting all that poop that's causing ammonia out of the tank. And yeah, just never do a 100% water change unless it's an emergency or if the fish died. The next questions come from Finland Fur. First question is, favorite hamster food to use? Well, I've only tried 2 kinds so far with my hamster, and he's a pretty picky hamster. So far, the best one that he likes is called Vita Garden, and He likes quite a few of the stuff in there. Not all of it, but most of it. So I guess that would have to be my favorite hamster food to use so far. Second question is favorite fish food. Well, I haven't tried much fish foods either, but my community fish really like those tropical flakes. And I've only tried one kind of pellet for my betas, and that is this on the screen, because I forgot what it's called. But I really want to try Omega 1 pellets and bug bites because they seem like really good foods for betas. Next question comes from Gazette's Life 2007. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Where do you buy your hermit crabs? Petco. And the final questions come from Raphael Rude. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong too. But how old is Gizmo? Well, I've had him for 8 months, I'm guessing. I don't know how old he was when I got him, but I've had him for 8 months. I got him in January, and now it's August, almost September. How do you start a beta tank? Well, you need the tank, a good sized tank, like 2.5 gallons as the smallest, but 5 gallons is recommended. And you need a heater, you need water conditioner, you need plenty of plants and decorations. For plants, you can go with live plants or silk plants. Plastic plants, most plastic plants are too sharp for beta's fins. And that's pretty much the basics on how to set up a beta tank or how to start one. It would be good to have a sponge filter in there, but you would need an air pump, airline tubing, check valve to operate the sponge filter. So there are plenty of videos on how to start a beta tank on the internet, so yep. And the last question is, how old are you? I am 15. So that is all of the questions, guys. Thank you to all of you that asked questions, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!